Okay, we all know those motivational, super macho, crazy people who trying to motivate you to do better by doing the craziest things, okay? Apparently, this TikTok motivational coach is destroying his life for fame. Yes, for fame. Okay? If you're gonna do it, don't do it for clout. Okay, let's get into it. Hi, how are you doing? I'm Shaizano. And I'm back with another one. So we got a new video. Yeah, we're gonna watch this breakdown. I'm not a big TikTok person, so you will never really see me knowing anything unless it hit like other platforms. So yeah, I'm not well versed in the TikTok world at all, but I do know this looks crazy. That's what I do know. So anyway, let's get into it.
Motivational coach is destroying his life for clout.
You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You can't be asleep all day long! Get up out that depression! Get up out that sadness! Get up.
Listen, I mean, you can't knock his hustle, okay? But don't you ever throw no water on me while I'm on my way home. Or on my way, depending on what time it is. Don't you ever throw no water on me. I don't care what you motivated me to do. Don't ever throw no water on no random people. This is crazy.
Really? Is this what we're doing right now?
It's funny though. If I would have seen it, I would have been cracking up.
Reality,
but
the only thing this guy motivated is people to get as far away from him as possible. Because it's safe to say these motivational videos have hit a new societal low, as he's risking jail time for this content.
Some stuff is just don't register
on himself and others in public while repeatedly shouting inspirational quotes.
Be you! Just be you! Just be you! Stop thinking I gotta have this so they can like me. Stop thinking I gotta be like them so they can like me. Just be you.
You know the crazy part about it is he has a voice and a face that can motivate you regardless. Like, he seemed like a motivational guy without all the goofy.
Apparently, this is his idea of motivating people. I'm sure Walmart employees who had to clean all this up were super motivated by that video. We honestly might need something like mandatory community service for people who burden retail workers for the sake of their own content on social media. But either way, this is Carlton McAllister, a TikToker and Instagram influencer who goes by the name See the Truth. And this dude posts what he calls motivational videos on his social media. At least
where's
that's
his
what his bio
eyebrows?
says. Motivate, inspire, uplift. Great stuff right there. So
that's the question I'm motivated to find the answer to. Where is the eyebrows? To get away with
what he's currently doing. And of course, this would only be if you feel motivated by this sort of content. You know, because who wouldn't be? But he's been making videos like this for years, making a mess of grocery stores, public transportation.
He should just do it
on the street. And to be honest,
all of them are doing. He should do it. All of them are doing, and yell at the screen. I think that's a better effective thing than just randomly ruining a grocery store.
I have no idea
but that's
how he
just my
gotten into
take.
Some major trouble for
That's
this
just my
content
take
yet, but we'll dive into that soon.
You came too far to quit. You came too far to quit. You came too far to quit. You put too much time in to quit. You know you've been through too much to quit. Get up and keep going.
I love how everyone's reaction to this was just a deep sigh. Like, if your job is making gross messes for others to clean up for clout, it's time to start reevaluating. As a former janitor, I don't approve. I would be so fed up if I had to deal with this. It's one thing to drop something by accident because, hey, that happens. But to make a massive mess for others to clean just for attention on TikTok, that's just scumbag behavior. Let's be real. Now, in the past few weeks, I've covered many IRL streamers worldwide who would disturb the public peace just in the name of content. And now, I guess we're covering motivational speakers disturb the peace for their own content. Like, this is just so stupid. Why does the bar keep dropping for everyone on the internet, it seems like? Well, that's a
Do y'all want my hot take? Listen, it's because we as a society keep promoting it. See, you see how I'm thinking revolutionary? It's because we keep doing that. We keep giving it attention. Look, even this, like, even a reaction video is promoting it. I knew nothing about this guy. Now if I see him on the timeline, I might follow him just to be nosy. And that is the root of it all. It's not endorsing. The follows is not endorsing. But I'm gonna get off the soapbox.
Stretch, but it seems like these kinds of people are just multiplying rapidly.
And I bet you from the time that this video has been recorded, in the beginning it said he was at 195K. I bet you it's at least $500,000 or maybe 250, maybe 275. When was this recorded? A month ago. He's probably at 275 now. And he really saying something though. It just, he didn't even need this. He didn't even need to do this. All right, that was kind of cool.
But what a fascinating use of free will. What a frustrating person to deal with as a retail worker or even as a random customer. And this is pretty much his entire content strategy. He shows up out of nowhere.
Y'all gotta stop with this. As a random customer, as a retail, I get it. I've worked retail. I get it. I get it. I've worked at the movie theater, and nobody knows how frustrating it is to clean up after people at movie theaters. Okay. Fix that. Let's fix that. But it's not the big inconvenience. I mean, you still get paid for your time. You know what I mean? And me personally, I like to focus on one thing. So I'd rather somebody make one big mess and then I can just use the whole day to clean it up than me have to clean up a bunch of messes randomly running around everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And as a random customer, you just look at them like, what is going on? As long as nothing hit me, I really don't care.
Pour some liquid or food over himself and someone else, and then start shouting his inspirational message. And then,
I know many people who would disagree.
That's the truth. Thank you, Carlton. Very cool. I like the other Carlton way better.
It's cool to be different. You don't gotta be like him. It's cool to be different. You don't gotta be like her. It's cool to be different. You don't gotta do what they doing. It's cool to be different. Cool is showing love to us. Cool is making a positive impact on others. It's cool to be different. It's true.
I mean, this is one of the wildest and most humiliating bits I've seen someone do for a career on social media in a while, as it provides zero value to anyone. His whole account is just a tragedy, and I hope this dude in yellow is in on it, but during his earlier years in his career, he focused much more on the actual message than creating these viral messes or stunts. This, for example, is his first video posted on his Instagram account back in March of 2022.
Embrace your flaws, embrace your insecurities. See, everybody got flaws, everybody deal with insecurities. They just good at concealing it. And they just not gonna tell you, but you gotta live in your truth. You gotta do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what makes you happy. Can't worry about what everybody else think, because if you worry about what everybody else think, you ain't living for yourself. You ain't happy with yourself. And that's the truth.
See, what I'm saying, like, even off that, I'm just motivated. Okay, I'm just motivated to live my truth now. Like, just to live my truth. I've been living my truth. Okay, but listen, he ain't need to do all that. But I'm not judging him, because this is what happens when people don't promote this. I can guarantee that this video has impacted less people than the other videos. And you tell people on the internet, oh, just do what works, make it happen, make it happen. If you really want to do content, oh, it's competitive, oh, is it? You're telling people all this stuff and then wondering why they're acting out of survival.
And hey, that is a fair message without ruining some poor janitor or cleaner's day. But you know, it wasn't anything groundbreaking or something that hasn't been repeated hundreds of thousands of times, so this video didn't really get too much attention. But either way, he still made a second video which he posted 2 days later.
Understand that you can learn from anybody in life. It don't matter who you are or what you're doing, you can learn from anybody. You can learn from a homeless man off the street. It don't matter. The boldest thing that a leader can do is learn from people ideas and people answers. And that's the truth.
See, now he was on a workout bike. Dude was just slowly adding things into his videos as each one goes by until it's just pure insanity and he's completely lost his mind.
All he needed is one of them little joints on, like one of those little mics, and to walk around. Like, even if he was just screaming in people's face, I feel like that would be more viral, but less weird. I'm not for the food on the floor. That's kind of crazy.
It's necessary.
See,
this. Yes, it is.
This.
It's necessary. The pain is necessary. The setbacks, the failures, those are necessary. Those are necessary.
See him just popping out of something. Now that I like that.
Equipment.
I like
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, see, the progression to insanity is really there. It's fascinating to watch how
I like
these
that,
videos have
though.
evolved over time, because we can even pinpoint exactly when he first came up with the idea to create this chaotic content he's been known for today, and how, I guess, that happened. Because first, he started recording in super...
I already told you.
See, this.
Because first, he started recording at grocery
that.
stores, running through the aisles to deliver his message.
That relationship is over. That relationship is over. That marriage is over. It's done. It's done. The milk is spoiled. The expiration date is past due. It's over.
Gee, wow. Thank you, random dude at the grocery store, for that information. But clearly, he got a little bit too comfortable, which then started with videos of him evolving
I
into
think what he was doing in the beginning was dope.
Take care of your physical health. You gotta take care of your physical health. Your physical health is a part of loving you.
But then 2 videos later, he started pushing it.
Tell yourself great things about you. You gotta tell yourself great things about you. Whatever you constantly tell you, your mind, your approach will adapt to it.
And eventually, he really started pushing it.
Self-love is most important.
Yeah, we don't know what he's going
Most
through.
important. Nobody can love you more than you love you.
Instead of giving people surface level wisdom and sticky feet, he really should have stuck to just meditation videos. But obviously, he didn't.
When you gonna stop caring about what they think? When you gonna stop caring about what they think? See, when you gonna start doing what brings you peace, doing what makes you happy? Don't let nobody put their fears and insecurities on you. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel. Stop caring about what they think, and that's the truth.
Maybe he should think of what the janitor thinks of the mess he's making. I guess the dude just meditated so hard he transcended social behavior. It's just another odd version of main character syndrome. Because I guess he just thinks the world revolves enough around him that janitors would just love to clean up his mess so he could go on and make his social media content. But that video of him pouring cleaning product over his head, that was the turning point.
Or this
because
tone,
after
by the
August
way.
14, 2023, every post involved him pouring something over his own head. And you can tell why, because this is the first video on his account.
Like, you obviously, to drive somebody to do stuff like this, one, most people who are giving out positive messages have been through so much hard stuff. So you don't know what this man was going through to even start the content. Then to try to make a living off the content. Then, to try to grab attention. People don't like normal, advice. They want all this stuff. They ask for this stuff. So if you're somebody who is determined to make it work, who has to make it work in this climate, and you're going through something, maybe you can't survive without making this work, or you just have these thoughts in your head that's triggering you to make this content, yeah, it's gonna, all of that pain and stuff is gonna come out in the content. So I think that's what we're seeing here. I don't, I guess from a janitor standpoint and from retail worker standpoint, that's fine. But me, I'm really focused on content creators, and that's probably going to be the niche for this channel moving forward, focusing on content creators. But yeah, like I don't think he's just doing it necessarily for ill will, like just to make somebody's life harder. I think he is trying to improve people's life. It's just, this is the world we live in.
Reach more than 100,000 views. But
See?
I guess, like, what's depressing about this is pretty much purely an attention play, as he's not really making anything close to minimum wage off of these videos, as Instagram doesn't really monetize views, and you need to be getting millions of views a week on TikTok to make a decent living. But still, that moment is when Carlton decided to become this chaotic, motivational guy we know today. So like any other
But I mean, he
content
got
creator
him
chasing the
posting
algorithm,
about it. He
doubled
got
down
me
on what was
posting
working,
about
and
it.
now
So
we have him becoming an absolute burden to society for just a little bit of attention online.
You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You can't
that's traumatizing.
all day long. Get up out that depression. Get up out that sadness. Get up out that
I don't
mood.
endorse
Not having to worry about
traumatizing
some
people,
influencer
though.
harassing you in public for content is a blessing previous generations clearly had. Even though some of his videos are staged, especially the ones where he collaborates with other influencers and tags the other person's profile in the post. The people around them, they're not participating because he is without a doubt causing them distress. It may sound obvious, but when you throw liquid or flour or whatever he throws around at someone in a public space, even though the primary target was consenting to this, there's still a high chance it will splash onto other people. And then those innocent bystanders, they're not always willing participants in these antics.
Yeah.
Like in this video.
Right, but I like my when I get behind y'all, we 59. Do not commit. Do not commit. Even if you get bullied, do not commit. Even if you're going through hard times, do not commit. To all the kids, don't subway surf. Do not commit. And that's true.
At this point, I think he's using his basic motivational messages as a way for him to just deflect any hate for harassing strangers in public.
You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You can't quit now. You put too much time in to quit. You gotta get up and run. I already told you. You gotta keep going and going and going.
Oh boy. I really hope that guy was in on it. And even so, I think New York subways are grimy enough without this dude. Like, we don't need all your food products and flour all over the New York City subway just so you can make your
that's
content, sir. But I feel like people like him
disgusting.
will likely cause laws to be written in the future where you get additional penalties if you harass people for social media content. I mean, it's inevitable at
Yeah.
this point. When I first started talking
We're
about
definitely
wild
reaching
stuff
that point.
influencers did almost a decade ago, it was very rare that it was this brazen and dumb. But now, it's happening multiple times a week. It's actually unbelievable. It's been bad for a while, but it's starting to get really pathetic. But one thing worth mentioning though is Jumane, the guy who filmed himself trashing Rite Aid and then later on a Subway restaurant just to promote his music, which I've already made 2 videos on him on this channel. He found Carlton's content before me and even made a reaction video on him last year, where he had this to say.
The videos in the store, right? Obviously, I could relate to that.
Like me? Why he don't like me? Why they don't accept me? Who cares? So what? What's most important is that you love you. What's most important?
I want him to get his message off, right? But like, I'm looking at
What's the style choice of the one boot, one slide? That just been bugging me the whole video.
He's doing this in store, like what he
One boot, one slide. I'ma leave y'all with
Does
that.
he work there or something? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, did he set it up? And I'm like, I kind of was like, nah, I don't think he did. And then I started looking at all his other videos, and I'm like, he's doing this multiple times. There's no way he's setting this up like this. Like, so this is a crime. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. You can't do this in the store. Cannot do this in the store.
Yeah, you can definitely not do that in the store. And Jumane is right here. That's a crime. Take it from him, as he's personally done this stuff for clout and has thankfully
The
learned his
pot
lesson.
and the
I just
kettle.
hope that he recovers from his gambling addiction. But if you want context to this guy, I'll link my video on him down in the description down below. But I still don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Is it Jumane or is it Jumaine?
Jermaine. Jumanne.
Several misdemeanors or even felonies depending on the jurisdiction, such as criminal mischief or vandalism for damaging store property when he pours the food products over the floors and shelves, disorderly conduct for creating a public inconvenience or annoyance, trespassing for obvious reasons if he's been asked to leave the stores and then returns to film more videos, and even possibly assault where he throws the substances on unwilling participants. And the reason I say depending on the jurisdiction is this guy has a wide range of geographic areas where he's filmed content.
Okay. Anyway, if you like my reactions, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Remember, you never know what people are going through. And while I don't agree with the methods, I do understand why people are turning this way. Like, if you take the internet and you take society at face value and you see, oh, all these people are getting ahead, you know, putting themselves in these weird situations, obviously there's going to be people who follow that model, that business model of do what's working. And it has been working, and people don't really show the consequences. Just like the guy who was up there reacting to him, he's not sitting in jail right now, and now his name is known forever for doing something like this. Yeah, it's not the best, but in a world where social media is king, then you can't fault people for thinking this way unless we show the real consequences or stop glorifying it. You know, I don't necessarily, you know, how do I want to say this? I don't necessarily think that the people didn't want to see his message, but what ended up happening was that he seen that spike. You know, they showed it 175,000 compared to, you know, he was getting 14 here, 15 here, 13 here, and knowing that you need millions of views to get ahead, to get pennies of passive income, is like, people don't see no potential downside to that. Okay, so I'm just giving my input on this topic. Yeah, and I'll probably be doing more videos like this. I actually like this type of content because we could get into the content creator side of things. All right, so anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I'm out.